to my reader, Crowsong. And today I will be reading to you from Broken Crayons by Mikoran. Now, on to Chapter 13, New Family, Part 2. Japan's point of view. Today, Russia and Ukraine are moving to me and my mother's house, and I'm so freaking excited. I'm a bit worried, though. After all, we have completely different cultures, and I'm not sure if they will like all of our traditions. I hope they'll be okay with it. We can also do their traditions. That could be cool. Today, we all met up in a park after Russia and Ukraine packed their stuff. My mother picked us up and drove us to our house. The ride was mostly silent and kind of awkward, but it ended soon enough. We reached the house and walked out of the car, and I could hear Ukraine gasp in awe. "That tree is so pretty! What's it called?" she asked, and I chuckled at her expression. "It's a sakura tree. It's very common in our country," I replied, and observed the pink-leaved tree well. My mother planted it when I was born, making it my age. I always loved to climb its branches. Draw right under it, it sparks some good memories in me every day. We walked into the house and took off our shoes. "Nihon, please take your new siblings to their rooms and show them around the house while I make us some food, all right?" requested my mother. The Japanese translates to Japan. "Wakata, Oka-san," I said, and showed Russia and Ukraine where they will be sleeping. The Japanese translates to, "Okay, Mom." I showed them around the house for a bit until we reached their new room. They looked at me in confusion when they saw their room. "Oh, right, your beds aren't on the floor. Sorry about that," I muttered. No, it's okay. We can handle it," replied Russia politely. "Right, Ukraine?" He turned to his sister, and she nodded. "Of course. We are used to sleeping on the floor, after all." Silence spread across the room at that last sentence, but it was soon broken. "Kids, come eat," called my mom. "Coming," I called back, and we went downstairs. She made hosomaki, my favorite. One of the most popular makazushi varieties are all in the thin hosomaki rolls. They consist of traditional roasted nori sheets that are layered with vinegar rice filled with just one ingredient, then shaped into thin rolls. Even though they appear in numerous versions, the most famous are the tekamaki tuna rolls and the refreshing kappamaki cucumber rolls. "I hope you two will like this. It is not the kind of food you are used to," murmured our mother. "It's okay. We can try it," said Ukraine politely, and Russia nodded. "Plus, we eat on the floor. I hope it is okay for you two." "It's all okay, really," Russia replied. "Okay, if you say so." We sat and ate in silence for a while. After we were done, we put the dishes in the sink and went to the living room. "Well, how was it?" I asked, hoping they enjoyed the meal. "It was great!" exclaimed Ukraine, and I smiled. "It was nice. I'm going to need to get used to this type of food, though," murmured Russia after I turned to him. "We can try and make some of your traditional dishes, too, sometimes," I said, trying to cheer him up. "That would be nice, thank you," Russia said with a soft smile. I can't believe I was once so scared of him. He's so nice. Maybe I should apologize again. Time skip. Russia's point of view. We talked for a while, and before I knew it, evening came. Japanese Empire said we have some leftovers for lunch we could eat, but I tried to refuse as politely as I could. "I'm not really hungry. I think I'll head to sleep a bit early if that is okay," I mumbled, and Japanese Empire looked confused for a second, before she snapped back to reality. "Oh, Of course, that's okay. Are you sure you're not hungry, though? She asked. Yeah, I'm still full from lunch, I said. Did I lie? I'm not even sure at this point. It wasn't natural for me to eat more than a meal a day anyway. When I lived with my father, we would only have something small to eat every once in a while, and since we were 16 people, we needed to save as much as we could. And then we were tortured. Well, you could guess they fed us nothing but leftovers every 2 weeks or so. My brother Uzbekistan and my sister Estonia eventually starved to death. I fell silent at the terrible memory. Well, not that I wasn't silent before that. Never mind that. I'll just go to sleep. I went to brush my teeth and then to me and Ukraine's new room. I sat down on the bed with my head down. I covered my face with my hands and whispered to myself, I'm not ready for this, not yet. I never thought I would get a new family. It didn't seem to help me much, and I couldn't help but remember my old family. They would never replace them. It will never help. It will never heal. It will never fill the hole in my heart. I kept whispering to myself. It only makes it worse. Every little chat, every soft laugh. It will never be the same. I miss them so much. I felt a warm liquid rolling down my cheeks. My God, was I crying? God fucking damn it. After a couple of minutes, Ukraine came into the room and I immediately wiped my tears away. Unfortunately for me, she already noticed. Russia, what's wrong? She asked softly and sat beside me. It's nothing. I'm fine, I muttered. Shut the fuck up and tell me the truth. When someone, especially you, says they're fine, they're absolutely not. And you're fucking crying, she scolded me. I sighed. I miss them, Ukraine. Being in a new family only makes it worse. I mumbled, and she hugged me. I know, Risky. I miss them too. But we have to be strong and open a place for this new family. Give them a chance. She comforted me with a soft tone, and I let go of her and got up. Strong? I've been strong for all these 3 years. I've been hiding my feelings, my past, and all this trauma and anxiety while they called me a monster. I've been strong and said nothing. I never complained. I never told them it hurt me. I never, ever have been anything but the scary guy. And you didn't even help me. I was strong all this time. I can't do this anymore. Gosh, I haven't confessed like that to anyone ever. It felt kind of good, though. Ukraine got up and hugged me again. You should have told me before. I never knew you felt that way, she whispered and hugged me tightly. It's not like you have anything to do about it anyway, I told her, and she let go of me. Of course I do. I'm your sister. I can help you, she exclaimed. How? I asked coldly, and she froze. First off, you're not alone. You have me, Ame, and now Japan and Japanese Empire as well, and all our friends. You don't have to be lonely, she said softly, and we both sat down again. No, Ukraine, you don't understand. Being a traumatized mind reader in a whole academy that hates you? It fucking messed with my mind. I can't even tell if these horrible things about me are things I say or they do. No wonder I'm all emotionless. I'm ripped apart by my feelings and theirs. Imagine trying to fix your life where all I can see is theirs. It's horrible. I just can't do this anymore. I trailed off. Then how can I help you here? Hugging you again won't help. And all the words I might say won't mean anything to you, will they? She muttered bitterly. Exactly, I exclaimed. That's the point. Nothing helps, I continued. But then again, if you leave, it will be worse, I finished quietly. Let's just go to sleep, and maybe you could talk to May tomorrow. I'm sure he could help, said Ukraine as she got up. Yeah, I muttered, and said goodnight to her and my new family. A few days later, nobody's point of view. So, how's living with Russia and Ukraine? Is Russia being a creep? Asked South Korea as he walked with Japan. What? No, he's really sweet, actually, she exclaimed. Really? He seems like a creep to me, continued South Korea, and Japan looked shocked by that remark. Don't you remember the sleepover? Don't you remember all those horrible things he's been through? Where's your sympathy? She asked with an offended tone. I remember that, but think about it. If he was such a good guy, then he would have gotten over with it and kept a smile. You know, it's always the villains who have tragic backstories and deal with it by being emotionless. It's not that bad anyway, he finished. This time, Japan had to pause and face him. You know that person you call a villain cries himself to sleep every night? Yeah, he has emotions too, and they matter, she exclaimed in anger. Seriously? He cries himself to sleep? That's so pathetic, muttered the Korean. Okay, that's it. You crossed the line. I'm not letting you talk like that about my brother, Japan exclaimed again. You call that freak your brother? Really? Wow, Jap, I'm disappointed. No, I am. I don't care if Russia is adopted or if he would have been someone I don't even know. I'm not going to keep dating someone who thinks they have the right to say these things. What are you saying? I'm saying we should break up. Yeah, sure. You jokingly say that every year about different stuff, Jap. You can stop the act now. Japan sighed and started to walk away. Wait, you're not serious, right? Called South Korea. This just proves my point, South. If you still can't tell when I'm serious or not, then we're just not meant for each other. Goodbye. No, wait. Wait for what? You to apologize? I know that won't happen, finished Japan, and she walked away from the shocked Korean boy, leaving him alone. And that's the end of this chapter, and Jesus Christ. Yeah, Japan's about to enter her girl boss era, and I think that was her entering it. Well, anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.